Hello again, everybody. This is Brother Chooch thinking out loud about the end times. This is the first video of this type, and it's called a TOL quick hitter. And basically what it is that life happens, and if you're a part of the end time watching community, then you're thinking out loud. You're thinking maybe silently in your mind about what's going on in the world, what Scripture says about the end times. And because you have daily responsibilities, you have things to do, people to see, places to go, your mind could be thinking about different things. And so that's how my mind works. I'm sure your mind works similarly. So a TOL quick hit is a very short video, maybe 5 minutes or so. It could be taken anywhere. I'm doing a little work in this bathroom here. Could be at any time, anywhere. It's not about video quality. It's about sharing a thought for the community to think about. And that's what this is about, and hopefully you'll enjoy these little quick hits. And I wanted to do that because I have a little, I've had a thought since a sister in the Lord, I forget the screen name of who it was, but a sister in the Lord asked an interesting question. If you didn't watch the live broadcast of was that a satanic halftime show, please view it. I think it's an interesting live chat that we had the other night. But listening of a comment, reading a comment of the sister, and she said, referring to the streaker. Now, I think by this point in time, everyone should know who the streaker is. Right? He had an interesting verse tattooed on his collarbone area. And she said, just kind of paraphrasing, why would somebody choose to put that particular tattoo on themselves? Now, I don't know this guy's heart. I mean, there's stuff going around the internet that he did it for a bet and he made 300 some odd thousands of dollars. There's a Russian guy or something who has a YouTube site, and he was paid this guy to streak, or had this guy streak to promote his website or his channel. Whatever it is, I'm not sure if we'll know the truth or not, but the question still begs of why was this guy streaking, and when social media got a hold of this, him being escorted off the playing field in handcuffs. Why did he have a tattoo, Revelation chapter 2, verse 10? And why would anyone in their right mind particularly choose that verse to be tattooed on their flesh? Right? To me, it seems a bit uncanny, perhaps far-fetched, that someone would particularly choose that big of a tattoo to be placed in such a prominent place on their body, and knowingly that hundreds of millions of people will eventually view this stunt online, because I know that the TV stations try to not film when a streaker comes out, because they don't want to promote that behavior. But because we live in the day and age we do, I'm sure the individual or individuals behind this idea decided, let's run with it. No pun intended. And the streaker comes out, and as he's escorted, like I said, you could see as plain as day, Revelation 2:10. I'd just like to read that verse for you, if that's okay, because I do have my cuter here. Do not fear what you are about to suffer. Behold, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested. For 10 days you will have tribulation. Be faithful unto death. I will give you the crown of life. All right? So, I mean, write in the comment sections why that verse, you think whoever was behind this guy, and I'm sure it's not just a lone act, and I have a hard time swallowing that it's just someone trying to promote their channel, or someone trying to win a bet. Especially after seeing the halftime show and how sinister and hellish the messages were in regards to that. It makes one wonder, could this possibly have been staged? And those who staged this event, could they purposely wanted to convey some sort of a message? And thirdly, what is the message that is trying to be conveyed? So my thought is, if somebody was given enough money, would they willfully put a particular tattoo on themselves and run onto the field if they're going to be paid handsomely, so that those who have paid that person gets their message across, and also they're not identified, because obviously this guy's got to deal with a huge $500 bond to get out of jail, and as he said, he was treated very nicely and the police were laughing at him at the station. So, I'm looking at it as there's a strong possibility that this was an intentional message. Hard for me to believe that this guy is a Christian. I mean, just by his behavior. I'm not saying a Christian can't do something ludicrous, but hard to believe that, he's kind of boasting about winning a bet, and he's promoting a channel that is not a godly channel, and just no indication that this guy is a believer, besides having a Bible verse tattooed on him. And the way the enemy tends to work is, he could use scripture and he could manipulate scripture. I have my ideas why that particular verse was picked out, but I'm not going to share that because it's speculative. I'd like to hear what your speculation is or what your thoughts about the whole situation is. But that's just my quick hit TOL end time thoughts. I'm not going to spend too much more time thinking or going about perspectives or analyticals on the Super Bowl. It's time to get onto bigger and better things. But it just makes you pause and say, hey, you know what? Here's a stage where a good portion of the population is watching, and the enemy, as he so often does, tries to take advantage of those opportunities to get across a message. Okay, so I'm sharing. You could look in the description box to read what the gospel is, and I pray if you don't know Jesus, read the gospel and accept him today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you here, there, especially in the air. God bless.